The night my wife laughed at me in front of her friends and called my anniversary surprise pathetic, something in me snapped, not with rage, with clarity. So I did the one thing she never thought I'd do. I stopped paying for the life she loved showing off. I'm 32 and I was married to Claire for 4 years. From the outside we looked like that perfect couple people envy, nice house, nice cars, a lifestyle that looked effortless on social media. But the truth was simple, it wasn't effortless. It was funded. By me. When I met Claire, she was 23 and working part-time at an upscale boutique. She made around $19,000 a year. I didn't judge her for it. We all start somewhere. What I did assume wrongly was that she wanted more. That she had ambition and direction. 8 months after we started dating, we got married. Fast, I know. But she seemed sweet, charming, and grateful back then. She used to say things like, "I can't believe someone takes care of me like this." I believed I was building a life with a partner. 2 years into our marriage, Claire quit her job. Not to go back to school. Not to start a real business. She quit to become a lifestyle influencer. She made an Instagram account and started posting smoothies, motivational quotes she copied from Pinterest, and mirror selfies of outfits she bought with my money. The problem wasn't the dream. The problem was, she didn't actually work. 3,000 followers. 40-something likes. Comments from other wannabe influencers doing follow for follow. But Claire was convinced she was building something big. While she spent mornings at yoga, trendy cafes, and shopping centers researching content, I was working 55 hours a week as a construction project manager. When we got married, I took over our finances because Claire would giggle and say, "I'm terrible with money." Like it was cute. My salary went into our joint account. From there, I paid everything. Mortgage, insurance, utilities, 2 car payments. Around $4,200 a month just to keep our life running. On top of that, I gave Claire personal spending money. It started at $1,500 a month. Then $2,000. Then $3,000. Eventually it was nearly $4,000 a month. No income. No profit. No business. Just spending. Facials. Hair highlights every 6 weeks. Yoga memberships. Constant shopping. And she loved the illusion of luxury. She would post a selfie in a new outfit with a caption about discipline and manifestation, while I was the one manifesting it, through overtime and stress. Meanwhile, I was romantic. I grew up watching my dad treat my mom with real care. Flowers, dates, small gestures, respect. So I tried to be that man. I bought weekly flowers, about $60. Planned weekend getaways, $800 to $1,200. Jewelry on special occasions, up to $2,000. Just in romantic gestures, I was spending around $8,000 a year. And Claire? Claire spent nearly $48,000 a year on herself. And I still convinced myself it was fine. Because love, to me, meant providing, protecting, and making your partner feel special. Until 6 months ago. That's when she humiliated me in public, and changed everything. Our 4th anniversary was coming up. I wanted it to be unforgettable. I took the day off. I spent $400 on premium ingredients, aged steak, fresh lobster, truffle oil. I cooked for 6 hours. I even attempted a chocolate souffle and failed twice before getting it right on the 3rd try. I decorated the house like a 5-star restaurant. White roses, $1.50. Candles. Our wedding plates. Framed photos of us. A playlist of songs from our first dates. Everything was timed. Everything was intentional. I was proud of it. I was standing there in a dress shirt and tie, holding sparkling cider, waiting for her to walk in and smile the way she used to. At 7 o'clock, the door opened. Claire came in, not alone. She came in with her friend Sophie and her sister Elise. And I could smell alcohol on their breath immediately. They were dressed like they were going out, laughing loudly, talking about heading to a trendy restaurant downtown afterward. Claire looked around at the candles and roses. And her face changed in seconds. Not surprised. Not touched. Annoyed. I tried to keep it light. I lit the last candle, smiled, and said, "Happy anniversary." Claire's eyes narrowed like I'd inconvenienced her. Then she said it, loud enough for her friends to hear. "Please stop trying so hard. This is pathetic. You look desperate." Silence. Her friend Sophie looked at the floor. Her sister Elise looked like she wanted to vanish into the wall. But Claire wasn't done. She turned to them with a smug smile. "This is exactly what I was telling you. He does these cheesy things all the time, like buying flowers and cooking is supposed to make me worship him. It's honestly ridiculous." I stood there holding that bottle, feeling my face heat up. Not because I was embarrassed. Because I was awake. 4 years of marriage, and that's how she saw me. Not loving. Not thoughtful. Pathetic. Desperate. A man trying too hard. I slowly set the bottle down. Looked her dead in the eyes. And I said calmly, "You're right." Her expression shifted instantly, confused, almost offended. She expected me to argue. To beg. To feel ashamed. Instead, I started extinguishing candles. One by one. "What are you doing?" she asked, suddenly less confident. "Stopping," I said, collecting the roses from the table. "You just taught me something valuable. Romance is pathetic when it's one-sided." Then I walked past them and tossed the flowers into the bin. Her friend gasped. Claire stared like she couldn't believe it. I pulled out my phone and said, "So, since we're apparently just roommates now, what do you want? Pizza or Chinese?" That entire 6-hour dinner went untouched and straight into the fridge. Sophie and Elise left almost immediately, murmuring awkward goodbyes. The moment the door closed, Claire tried damage control. "Oh my God, you're being dramatic." I was joking. "I've had a stressful day." "You're too sensitive." The usual script. But something had shifted in me so deeply I could feel it in my bones. I looked at her and said, "Message received. No more romantic gestures. No more pathetic effort. From now on, everything is practical. Transactional." To my surprise, Claire actually looked relieved. "Finally," she said. "Maybe we can have a normal marriage without fairy tale nonsense." She had no idea those words would destroy her life. Because the next morning, I didn't just stop being romantic. I stopped being her financial manager. For 4 years, I handled everything. Budgets, investments, bills, insurance, big decisions. Not because I wanted control. Because Claire proudly admitted she was financially clueless. Every Saturday, I'd sit with coffee and go through our finances. I'd explain what was coming, what we needed to pay, what we were saving. Claire would scroll Instagram through the whole conversation and end it by asking if she could buy something expensive. That Saturday, I opened my laptop like usual. Claire walked in around 10, makeup flawless, phone already in her hand. She smiled and said, "So what's the financial damage this week?" I didn't even look up. "I'm not doing this anymore." Her smile froze. "What do you mean?" "I mean, you said everything I do is pathetic. So I'm done doing it. Starting now, you manage your finances." Her face went blank with panic. "I don't know how." "There's Google. There's YouTube. Millions of tutorials. Figure it out like an adult." But I didn't mean that. I meant the romance. I finally looked up. "Then you should have been more careful with your words. Because what I heard was, caring for you and our life is pathetic. And I'm done." That same day I acted. I opened a new bank account under my name only. I redirected my paycheck into it. Then I calculated exactly half of our household expenses and set an automatic transfer into the joint account. Only my half. About $2,100 a month. Everything else? Claire's problem. Her personal allowance? Gone. The extra money for beauty, shopping, brunch, content research, all of it. Gone. On Monday, she tried to buy a $7 superfood smoothie bowl. Her card declined. She called me screaming like I'd committed a crime. "You can't do this." "Do what?" I asked calmly. "Treat you like a responsible adult? I don't have $2,100 just sitting around." "Then you'll need to earn money," I said. "Like everyone else." The next weeks were, honestly, unbelievable. Claire tried denial first. She kept using cards, getting declined in different places, calling me insisting it was a bank error. Then she tried manipulation. Crying, promising gratitude, suddenly trying to be affectionate, like intimacy was a bargaining chip. That used to work on me. It didn't anymore. When she realized emotional tactics weren't working, she switched to anger. She accused me of financial abuse because I refused to fund her luxury lifestyle. Imagine that, being called abusive because I stopped paying for someone else's fantasy. According to her, asking a grown adult to cover half of the bills was cruelty. According to me, it was reality. She said I was controlling because I separated my finances. She said I was punishing her because I stopped fixing her messes. She even hinted that she might tell people I was emotionally manipulative. That's when I realized something important. When accountability enters the room, entitlement screams abuse. The irony was almost impressive. For 4 years I had paid for everything: rent, car, food, vacations, skincare, shopping sprees, weekend brunches she posted online as if they were earned. But the moment I said no more, I became the villain in her story. And here's the part she didn't expect. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I didn't try to convince her she was wrong. I simply said, if expecting you to support yourself is abuse, then you're free to leave the situation. She went silent. Because deep down, she knew something terrifying was happening. She was running out of people to blame. Within weeks, the cracks turned into collapses. Her credit cards maxed out. Her phone plan got downgraded. Her brand stopped looking aspirational once the restaurants, outfits, and trips disappeared. The likes dropped. The comments slowed. The followers vanished. Turns out, people aren't inspired by struggle when it's unfiltered and unpaid. One night, she sat at the kitchen table surrounded by overdue notices and said, "I never thought it would be this hard." I looked at her and answered calmly, "It's not hard. It's normal. You just skipped this part of adulthood." That's when she cried, not performative tears this time. Real ones. But tears don't pay bills. And regret doesn't reverse choices. Months later, after the divorce was finalized, after the silence, after she had burned every bridge, she sent one last message. Not anger. Not accusations. Desperation. "I know I treated you badly. I know I took you for granted. I don't expect anything anymore, but I don't know how to survive like this." That message sat on my phone for a long time. Because I understood something she still didn't. Love isn't proven by how much you sacrifice. Love is proven by mutual respect. And respect was the one thing she never gave me. So I replied with the only honest answer I had. "You're not suffering because I changed. You're suffering because I stopped carrying you." Then I blocked her. Not out of spite. Out of self-respect. Here's the truth no one warns you about. Some people don't miss you. They miss what you provided. They don't regret losing the relationship. They regret losing the lifestyle. And when you stop funding their comfort, they call it cruelty, because comfort was the only language they ever learned. I didn't abandon her. I stopped enabling her. And the moment I did, my life got quieter, clearer, stronger. So if someone ever tells you that expecting responsibility is abuse, remember this. You are not obligated to ruin yourself so someone else can stay comfortable. Love is not a subscription service. Respect is not optional. And walking away from disrespect is not cruelty, it's freedom.